Hello all, this is David Fuchsa, and as you can see this is DOSBox. I am using Windows XP, but there's a problem with the system in that I can't seem to run DOS games, so I'm having to resort to using DOSBox to run my DOS games here. So we're going to just play a little game. I'm sure everyone knows what it is. So Warcraft, Orcs and Humans. This is one of Blizzard's first games, and well, I suppose it's not exactly as balanced as most of their games as today. Warcraft 1, it was like extremely unbalanced in the sense that they didn't really balance the units very well. That said, it was still fun, but who's gonna win here? It's kind of odd how you know, it seems like, you know, those grunts there, they're in back of the spearmen, and all of a sudden they won somehow. It's sort of, you know, a way of how this is unbalanced. I find that in Warcraft 1, they didn't really balance out how, well, how can I say? The spearmen seemed a little bit too weak, or in the crossbowmen, because they didn't do enough damage compared to the grunts, which, you know, just pulverize anything as soon as they got close enough. And even there, you saw, if you weren't attacking the grunts with, you know, like those footmen there, well, guess what happens? They just murder you while you're attacking the spearmen, who have about the same health. Also, there's other things that are kind of unbalanced as well. I find that the conjurers were a little overpowered, and a bunch of other stuff. But let's just get into this. We've got have to actually make these guys move. Okay, so the gold mine is up. Oh, my mouse goes off of the net. Let's see if I can do something like that. Option, mouse scroll, slowest. That's going now. That's good enough. Alright, we're gonna send you to your mouse goes a little bit much. Let's see if I can reduce that too. You can go mine that. Let's build a peon. Anyhow, what can I say about Warcraft? Warcraft was like one of the first RTS games I ever played. The first being Command and Conquer, of course, but we'll get into that after this. Warcraft basically has you fighting either as the Orcs or the Humans, and you're just trying to wipe out the other faction. The races weren't all that different from each other. Basically, grunts were like, you know, standard footmen. The Humans' footmen were standard footmen. Crossbowmen were standard archers. Spearmen were standard archers. Etc. etc. That's basically how, you know, the thinking worked. Let's have you start building a farm right here. Now, in Warcraft 1, they actually made it say I had to build these roads to, you know, build stuff next to. If you aren't building extra roads, you can't build your building. So, made things sort of difficult. The town hall here, it can't be rebuilt or anything. So, that's another thing to note. Not enough food, can't build more farms. My objectives in this, I believe, are to build up. They don't have a display objectives here. I think it's just to build 4 farms and perhaps build a barracks and train some grunts or whatever in the first mission. You know, standard RTS stuff. Teach them how to play. That's how I also liked them. It's a little bit clunky, the controls, as you can see. They weren't as refined. This is one of the first RTS that Blizzard had ever made, so nothing's like really great about it, but it does its job well enough. You mind down here. These guys are a little bit slower than, you know, in standard RTS, but that's just how the game was played. Slow moving orcs. For some reason, when I scroll down, it goes down really fast. When I go up, it goes only a little bit. You can mine some gold. Build one peasant or peon. The only difference between really the orc and human units in this is that they have a little bit of flavor to them. When you get to it, you actually see like clerics and neophytes, and the only difference that they have is like the neophytes are raising the dead and causing lots of hell. The clerics are just, you know, healing your guys and sort of, you know, causing tactics and stuff like that. But it's just really flavor in conjunction with each other. And it continued on like that into Warcraft 2. Then eventually came along Command and Conquer, which sort of blew out the whole, you know, two similar sides. They made it so that in Command and Conquer that there's 2 different sides that are kind of like completely different from each other. And yeah, basically, they made it so Command and Conquer is a lot more interesting in terms of how you could play. I think we've got enough gold at this point. Doesn't hurt to get more gold, but you can back up. I can build another farm. Let's do that, I guess. Now, much like in StarCraft, you have free resources to manage in this one. At top, you can see lumber and gold. Those are like the 2 standard resources. You have wood here that you have to harvest so you can, like, you know, build buildings and some certain units. Gold's the main factor in being able to do a lot of stuff, but it's easy to gather most of the time. And then you've got food, which you get from farms. Go start harvesting. Oh, I'll go harvest there. It's funny how they seem to use a pickaxe to mine wood, but whatever. Oh, you're going the wrong way. You mine us there. Let's see here. I need to have 500 for 5 farms, but I don't think I need that many farms. Let him keep going, I guess, for a little bit. Now, when I played Warcraft, I actually had a lot of difficulty playing this game. I didn't really understand the concept of like you have to build more units than the other guy to win. I thought it's more like Command and Conquer because sort of what happened was I actually played the Command and Conquer demo first, and then I played the actual game of Warcraft. And you know, in Command and Conquer, you're using your unit's abilities to fight the enemies. In this one, you're just overpowering them, and it was, you know, kind of stupid. And I didn't understand the simplicity of the game. Alright, there we go. That should be enough lumber for a barracks. So we'll build one of those. And as you can see, I have to build it so that they're right next to each other. Next to the roads, basically. You could also build walls in Warcraft 1 as well, where you can wall off the enemy. But you can. It's not exactly a whole defining real feature. They try to include walls in like Command and Conquer and Warcraft, but neither of them really work too well. This is basically just for show walls and more or less. Here's a barracks. There's a grunt I can train. I'll train him now. I only have so much gold in here, but it's more than enough just to build up, a couple farms and show you off what's happening. Let's move you down here. You can build the farm when these guys are done. Okay. Alright, we traded ourselves a grunt. Now, to add to the simplicity of this game, basically you can only have 4 units selected in Warcraft here. I'm not sure you can squad them up either. Let's see here. Help, minimap, menu. Only goal drag mouse over 4 units, and then it was selected as a group. Yeah, so I don't think you can actually toggle groups in Warcraft 1. You can toggle, select a group, but you can't actually save them. I don't know if I need to build more in this or if that's enough. If it's not enough, then I have to go find our gold mine, which isn't too hard to do. There might be a few humans scattered about, but these orcs are pretty strong. Pretty strong, straightforward killers. Oh, here we go. Under attack. There goes the Footman. Alright. So they're out of the way. I'm following this gold mine path just to possibly find a gold mine, so here's another gold mine if I need it. Now, unlike in Warcraft 2, I can't build a gold mine or a town hall to get closer to this, or StarCraft or any of the other games. You actually have to walk all your peasants all the way over to them. So it actually adds a little bit of tactics to this game. Ah well. The hurt one's a little bit hurt, but whatever. I don't think there's any more humans over here, but might as well map out my space. I should have enough lumber for a while for most things. I'm up to 800 almost. I am up at 800. We're gonna have you stop, and you will go help minus gold. The tile sets for Warcraft, they basically consist of, I think, two only. You basically have mountains or swamps. Mountains are pretty much, lush forests with rivers running through them. And then the swamps here are just so, murky pools every so often. Whatever. I'm gonna go explore around this way. It's a little laggy, but that's just because Perhaps isn't really made to record this sort of game. Perhaps it's made for more of today's games. This is a really old game. Oh, there we go. There's a dead human. I'll probably have to build like 6 farms, but whatever. We'll just kill off a few of the humans. It ups my score anyways, even though it's not really important in the first mission, but... I'm not sure how many missions I can play. I'm pretty sure this is a shareware version of Warcraft. Let's have you build another farm right here. Alright, looks like we got a farm. I'm gonna build one more, I guess. Oh! Now, even being hurt, this guy can probably take him one-on-one. Because archers are so weak. There's that guy. There's that guy. Let's have you return your goods while that guy's coming back. Now, I probably did this a little bit wrong. You probably didn't have to build a grunt. But I'm just trying to show off a little bit of what you can do in the first mission. I don't plan to play the second mission. The second mission is basically has a horde of guys attacking you, and it's not really too entertaining to me, at least. The third mission is actually a full mission where you get clerics and such, but this is a pretty slow-going, moving game, so should be one more guy up in this corner. You're the injured guy. Why are you going first? You go here. You go there. I have enough for a farm. Now you can actually play this with a mouse, this game. I wouldn't recommend it, but you could. I mean, just keyboard basically. There we go, you're victorious. Okay, so continue. Victory screen. I killed 4 enemies, I trained 8, damage trained 8. The structure destroyed 0, the structures built, I built 8. Gold mine, 3,900, lumber mine, 2,400. Blah blah blah. So that's basically what Orcs and Humans is all like about. You're like, you know, building up much like you could in, well, you should have saw it in StarCraft. In StarCraft, I built up, you know, a force to beat my enemy, and then crushed them. This is pretty much what Warcraft was, and, you know, StarCraft is an improvement on Warcraft, really. Now, this was, of course, one of Blizzard's first games, but, you know, it's still pretty nostalgic to go back to it. I actually beat Warcraft 1 easily enough, eventually, but I'll note that it was a lot more simpler than the Command & Conquer series, which I started playing first. And I guess we'll do that next, so let's do that.